something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
I'll do my best!
Sighted.
Double Demon! Double Demon Fang! I'll take you all off!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Look sharp!
You're mine!
Who's next?
You're finished!
Spicier than you look.
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic, but fair.
Double
I'll
Demon
make
Fang!
ladies this one.
Look sharp! One more!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and... The true power of the blazing sword.
It's only as strong as the one who wields it.
You truly mean that? Thank you.
Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo.
Maybe something's going on in the forest. I think Hoodle senses something.
Whew. I don't sense any more enemies.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Prepare to be sealed!
Flaming meteor! Piercing roar!
Photon raging cascade! In here!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
It's over!
My astral energy! Alright!
Looking fearsome, Rinwell.
You must be rubbing off on me.
Let's kick some ass, kid. Your power.
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
Don't get complacent. Do my best!
Double demon fang!
Going in!
My astral energy dance in the wind!
Double demon fang!
Meteor!
This one's all
Now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You're mine! Stardust!
Unstopping charge!
Thanks, Kisara! Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Talka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Where should I cast my line? Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Ha! Reel it in. That wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
Ha! Reel it in. That was disappointing. Looks like I lost it. There we go. Well, it's not bad, per se.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
Oh! I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
Are we going to be able to finish all that?
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Make sure to get some good rest. I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Where should I cast my line? Hup! Reel it in. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
Ha! All right. I'll let you go this time. Ha! Is this what I think it is? That wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
I did it! But I'm not gonna quit now.
Remarkable. You're top of the food chain.
All right. I reeled us in a big one.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
You finally made it.
I hate camping out.
A fish! You saw it too, right? Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Ha! Time to try a different spot. All right, once more from the top. All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
All right, once more from the top.
We've reached our destination.
They're surrounding us! It's over! Thunderbolt!
We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
I'm not so good with air horns, Talka.
Demon Fang!
Is every shield you own that big?
Here, you want to try holding it?
Ugh. How do you even walk with this thing?
A fish! You saw it too, right? Hup. I've got something. Ugh. 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 She's got a good size to her, all told.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
Ha! All right, once more from the top. Hup. All right. Ugh. 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 I'll catch something bigger next time.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
Hup. Okay, change of plans. Huh. Could it be? Ugh. 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 Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
Hup. All right. Ugh. Ugh. that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
A fish! You saw it. I've got something. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
Ha! All right. I reeled us in a big one.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
Hup. Reel it in. I reeled us in a big one.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
That was quite the little adventure.
Where should I cast my line? Hup. I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
I've got something. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
Yeah! Reel it in. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Nice work! Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Oh! I'll get you next time. Yeah! All right. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Nice work!
I've got something. She's got a good size to her, all told.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
Hey, didn't we find a recipe that...
Yeah, we can use this for it.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
There's something in the water.
Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Hup. I've got something. That's not a fish I see often.
So what's it to be? Grilled or broiled?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.